By the age of 35, 95% of who we are becomes a set of memorized behaviors, emotional reactions, and unconscious programs. And this is what you are fundamentally getting wrong when it comes to creating your reality. 98% of people are trying to change their reality through physical action alone. Now, think about this. There is an intelligence within us that's organizing trillions of functions every second. It's keeping your heart beating, it's digesting your food, it's pumping blood throughout your entire system, and it's repairing your DNA, all without you having to think about it. Now, this same intelligence is what we need to tap into to create real change. And in today's video, I want to break down 5 fundamental laws about how reality actually operates. So, rule number 1, reality is not a physical game. When you are in survival mode, your brain is in high beta brainwaves. What that means is you're scanning for any potential problems or dangers in your environment. Our heart is beating out of coherence, it's beating out of rhythm, and we are producing stress chemicals that keep us anchored to our past in that moment, such as cortisol. But here's what's beautiful. Reality is actually a mental and spiritual game. Now, when you understand this, you realize that trying to change things through physical action alone is like trying to change the TV programming, the television programming, by moving the furniture in your room. The moment you shift from survival mode to creation mode, something remarkable happens in your body. So this is science. You move from living by the hormones of stress to living in the hormones of creation. Simple. Rule number 2 is you make the rules. You make the rules. Now, here's something profound. Your body doesn't know the difference between an actual experience and one you are creating by thought alone. This is why 2 people can have the same experience and create completely 2 different realities from it. When you are thinking the same thoughts, making the same choices, and feeling the same emotions, behaving the same, you are conditioning your body to remain in the past. And now it's becoming a program. But when you begin to think, act, and feel and behave in new ways, you're literally rewiring your brain and reconditioning your body to a new mind. Dr. Joe's book, You Are the Placebo, is all about this. And simply anything can be a placebo. And rule number 3, you can't have what you need. Now, this is where it gets interesting. When you are in a state of needing, you are creating importance, and importance creates separation in the quantum field. The more you need something, the more you're signaling to your body that you don't have it. Think about this. When you are living by the hormones of stress, constantly needing and wanting, you're telling your body that you are in emergency mode. And in emergency mode, it's quite literally impossible to create. Creation happens when you move from survival to creation. Okay? Rule number 4, the strongest frequency wins. Now, when someone maintains an elevated emotional state, when they can stay in creation mode regardless of their environment, their biology literally begins to change. Their body starts believing that it's living in the future reality now. And this isn't about forcing positive thoughts. It's about maintaining such a strong internal state that no person, no thing, no condition, no thought with an emotional charge, anything in your external environment can pull you from that state of being. Remember that one. And rule number 5 is reality doesn't care if you are nice. Now listen, this is fascinating. It's not about being good or bad. It's about your state of being. Good people often have terrible self-concepts that keep them producing stress chemicals, while others might have amazing self-concepts that allow them to create incredible results. Let me show you exactly what happens in your body when you begin applying these laws, and more importantly, how to do it. So, most people wake up in the morning and within the first few minutes, they are literally plugged into their past. They check their phone immediately, think about their problems, and immediately begin to produce the same stress chemicals that keep them anchored to their old reality. So, here's what happens when you do this differently. Number one is using Dr. Joe's framework. In his meditations, you got to become nobody when you first wake up. Okay? Instead of jumping to your identity, you have to become nobody. No one, no thing, nowhere, in no time. And this isn't just a nice spiritual concept. It's about getting beyond your analytical mind where all of these programs run. So when you close your eyes and disconnect from our outer world, something profound happens. Our brainwaves begin to slow way down. We move from high beta, from that stress state, the survival state, the analytical state, into alpha and theta brainwaves. And this is where the real change happens. But here's what most people don't understand. Your body, which has become the mind of your past emotions, it's going to fight you. It's not going to go down easily. It's going to crave those familiar feelings of stress, worry, and anxiety. We've memorized them, right? By 35 years of age, we've memorized this. So it's going to send you thoughts such as, oh, I can't sit still. I don't know how to meditate. I have too much to do. Did you see your calendar today? This isn't working. I got to go to the gym. I got to do something. And this is the moment most people quit. But you got to remember this. These thoughts aren't you. They are the old programming trying to maintain control. That was step one. Step two is the creation formula. Once you've disconnected from your outer world, you combine two elements: clear intention and elevated emotion. Your intention is the electrical, sending the signal out into the quantum field, and your emotion is magnetic. It's drawing the experience back to you. We are literally a magnet. But here's the key. You can't feel the emotions of your past while trying to create your future. And this is where a lot of people get wrong, because you can't feel unworthy while trying to create abundance. You can't feel lonely while trying to create love. The quantum field responds to, listen, who you are being, not what you're wanting. That's step two. Step three is the biological upgrade. Now, when you maintain this new state of being of yours, your body begins to change. Instead of living by the hormones of stress, you begin producing what I call the chemicals of creation. Your heart moves into beautiful coherence patterns, creating a magnetic field that literally extends beyond, meters beyond your body. Your brain starts working in new ways as well. Instead of being trapped in the analytical mind, you begin accessing deeper states of consciousness where all possibilities exist. So this is when the magical synchronicities start to happen, the miracles. This is where opportunities seem to find you. Step three. Step four is maintaining the new state. Now, here's where most people make the crucial mistake. And they do this work in the morning. So you do all the things that you did in the morning, and then the rest of the day, you're back into survival mode. I've seen people do a meditation and go back into survival mode straight away. Remember, rule number 4, the strongest frequency wins. You have to maintain your new state regardless of what your external environment is showing you. Now, that can be hard because this means not reacting to old triggers, not matching other people's stress chemicals. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, I'm more stressed out than you. Not letting circumstances pull you away from your future state, no matter what is happening. Remember that one. And step 5 is the unknown. And this is the final step. It's staying in the unknown. Most people try to control and predict everything in their life because that's what the survival mind does. And I've been guilty of this. I still am sometimes, but I catch it. You got to catch it. Creation happens in the unknown, in the void, in the infinite field of possibilities. Now, here are some signs that you are actually doing it correctly. First one is you start seeing more possibilities. Second one is time feels different. Third is your emotional reactions change. Synchronicities become normal. And finally, life begins opening up in unexpected ways. But remember, you can't wait to see these signs before you believe it's working. That's the old model of reality. You have to maintain your new state of being regardless of external evidence. The question becomes, are you willing to become so conscious of your unconscious self that you never go unconscious again? That takes a lot of will. Are you willing to sit in the discomfort of the unknown instead of running back to the familiar comfort of your past, even though it's misery, it's suffering? That's still comfortable for some people. Because here's the truth. Once you understand these laws and begin applying them, you can never go back to your old ways of being. Oh, believe me, I've tried. You'll never be able to blame circumstances or someone else again. You'll know that you are the creator of it all. And the choice is yours. You can stay in the 98% of people who keep living by the hormones of stress, or step into the 2% who understand these laws and create reality from a new state of being. What's it going to be?